She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Joy Behar calls her a 10. I mean, how dare she objectify a woman with a sexist rating system? But it's such a typical thing from a 1.5.
Well said.
It's so cute when one of their side gets punished. They sulk like they ran out of raw cookie dough in the green room.
Oh, you will not believe this. Greg Gutfeld has launched a scathing attack on The View presenters. And believe me, it's juicier than your grandmother's secret casserole recipe. Karoline Leavitt has decided to sue them for $800 million. Which sparked all this drama. Yes, $800 million. What did The View say this time to earn that kind of legal retaliation? Stay tuned, because things are about to get hilariously cruel.
Watching this clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years. They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American.
Have you ever heard of those massive cases that sound like phone numbers? Yeah. Buckle up, because Karoline Leavitt has just filed an $800 million lawsuit against The View hosts. Not a typo. $800 million for a daytime talk show sounds like enough money to fund a small country's entire education system or buy a fleet of Teslas. Or maybe just enough to pay for every Talking Heads episode on television while still having money left over for a lifetime supply of kombucha and sarcastic t-shirts.
It's about The View. It's become like a medical hospital that displays human misfailure. Like it's like here, let's look at this political oddity. You know, it's like it really is like the left-wing equivalent of a carnival sideshow, except instead of bearded ladies and fat clowns and two-headed cows. Well, let me rephrase that. But The View is a victim of the sunk cost fallacy. You know, how can you now speak the truth when for years you've been telling lie after lie after lie? Now you're carrying this big bag of rocks around you because it's too harmful for their ego to admit that we really were dishonest. And they could be honest. All they would have to say is, look, we hate Trump so much. We were willing to lie about Joe Biden because we felt he was preferable. We thought our lying and our cover-up was on your behalf. Just say that. You're still scum, but at least you're honest scum.
So, who is Karoline Leavitt? Picture a political figure who treats the phrase, play nice, as a suggestion rather than a rule. She's not your average politician who smiles for the camera, recites vague platitudes about unity, and quietly ignores media nonsense. No, Karoline Leavitt sees drama and controversy not as obstacles, but as opportunities. She's the kind of person who throws out the traditional political playbook and picks up a legal megaphone instead.
And you would think, you know, ABC, having just paid $15 million for a defamation lawsuit, would think not to engage in conspiracy theories about assassination attempts, but I guess that's too much to ask from The View. I mean, I gotta ask you, because they said it, are you aware of any plots from Elon Musk to push President Trump down the stairs?
Absolutely not. Let me be unequivocally clear about that.
Her rise in politics has been anything but smooth. Most politicians try to manage the media with precision and carefully crafted sound bites, but Karoline takes a blunt, no-nonsense approach. And when The View, a show known for its loud opinions, snap judgments, and frequently irresponsible remarks, decided to take aim at her with some unflattering comments, she didn't. Just roll her eyes and move on. Nope. She decided that was the final straw.
Said that Gutfeld talks about you all the time.
Who is he? Well, really, who is he?
I don't watch the show.
He has a show.
I don't watch the
never
show.
heard of him.
Yeah.
I guess he's just obsessed with me.
No. Next, Joy's going to say she's never heard of carbs. Seriously, her denial of knowing me is as believable as her red hair. But obsession? I mean, come on, Joy. Where would you even get that idea? Like Joy Behar's face, it's looking worse and worse by the day. More full of crap than Joy Behar after a night of scotch and Taco Bell. Her being named Joy is like me being named ugly. Joy wasn't there on the show. Apparently Mondays are her days off when she feeds in the past.
Gutfeld is always talking about you. Who is he? Well, who exactly is he? I don't watch that show. I've never even heard of him. Yeah, right. I think he's just obsessed with me. No. Joy is about to claim she's never heard of carbohydrates. Seriously. Her denial of knowing me is as convincing as her red hair. But obsessed? Come on, Joy. Where would you get that idea? Like Joy Behar's face, it's getting worse by the day. More trash than Joy Behar after a night of whiskey and Taco Bell. Her name is Joy, which is ironic considering my name might as well be ugly. Joy wasn't even on the show. Apparently, Mondays are her day off to graze in the pasture.
Would it stink worse than Joy Behar's jog bra? I mean, assuming she jogs. Oh, wait, there she is. She has a point. Maybe I am obsessed, but some people are obsessed with Bigfoot, and they don't get to see him on TV every afternoon. And if they did, could they tell the two apart? I don't know. But yeah, it's true. I am obsessed with her the way a mongoose is obsessed with...
Karoline took a different approach instead of issuing a vague press release or waiting for the controversy to die down. She went straight for the jugular, dragging the entire show into a legal brawl that could seriously disrupt daytime TV. Picture it like a political WWE SmackDown, the kind with lots of theatrics and yelling, and then someone lands a surprise move that leaves everyone gasping. That's Karoline Leavitt in this situation. She didn't dismiss The View's opinions as noise. She answered with a colossal lawsuit that sends a crystal clear message. If you step into the ring with me, prepare for a battle unlike anything you've ever seen. This isn't just a personal vendetta. It's a full-blown showdown between a rising political force who refuses to be silenced and a media juggernaut that thrives on controversy but may have finally crossed the line. Karoline's lawsuit, a jaw-dropping $800 million claim, is about more than just the money. It's a bold declaration that she demands respect, accountability, and maybe a touch of humility from those who think they can sling mud without consequences.
Their brains are small. But who's the dumbest one of all? True, none of them are in Mensa, but who's the most densa? Perhaps it's Sonny who mastered the art of making idiots look smart. Now, The View could ask a mirror who's the dumbest one of all, but there's no way that glass doesn't shatter. The true sign of the apocalypse is someone that dumb has a law degree. Worse, if your name has the word sun in it, there's no excuse for not knowing how an eclipse works. But it's no surprise that Joy is the one who understands science. She's been on the science diet for years.
In a world full of political clashes and media chaos, this kind of move sends shockwaves through everyone involved. So when you hear that Karoline Leavitt has taken them to court, it's not just another legal case. It's a turning point in the collision between daytime drama, politics, and high-stakes courtroom fireworks. And it's something no one saw coming. But now, everyone's talking about it. Enter Greg Gutfeld, the undisputed king of roasts and relentless sarcasm. A man who sees events like this not just as news, but as prime material to turn reality into comedy gold. When Greg spots a media disaster barreling down the tracks, especially one involving a talk show known for its dramatic antics, he doesn't just test the waters, he dives in like a wrecking ball. The View hosts? Oh, Greg didn't just throw some clever jabs their way. He went into full-blown demolition mode, firing off a storm of razor-sharp humor that could have been forged in the fiery depths of daytime television purgatory. You have to understand, Greg's style isn't your everyday comic relief. It's a fine-tuned blend of brutal honesty, sharp wit, and an uncanny knack for spotlighting the ridiculousness lurking beneath media spectacles.
Whoopi will be back here in 2 weeks, okay?
It's so cute when one of their side gets punished. They sulk like they ran out of raw cookie dough in the green room. Yeah, ABC suspended Whoopi for 2 weeks because she said the Holocaust had nothing to do with race. She said this on a show called The View, which makes everything about race.
Watching him take on The View is like watching a seasoned gladiator chip away at a fortress of self-righteousness. Brick by brick, all while delivering punchlines that sting like a swarm of angry bees with a grudge. Comedy, for him, isn't just about laughs. It's about exposing absurdity, as if the universe itself wrote a stand-up routine just to keep us sane through the madness. And honestly, given The View's history of heated debates, awkward missteps, and non-stop hot takes, it's almost impossible not to laugh along with Greg's takedown. The show has become infamous as a megaphone for every opinion under the sun, frequently escalating drama to eye-rolling extremes. So when Greg rips into them, it's not just a roast. It's poetic justice served on a silver platter. After all, a show that feeds off controversy may have finally met its match in a satirist. Who knows exactly how to turn their theatrics against them? And then some. The View feels like that one friend who genuinely believes the universe revolves around them, as if they're the sun in a very awkward, tiny solar system. And every time they speak, they either silence the entire dinner party or force everyone to change the subject.
Republican presidential candidate Tim Scott dropped by the Furry Five earlier today, and I thought the U.S. had a distinct policy against torture. He took the opportunity to call them out over crap Joy Behar recently said about him, specifically that he doesn't get systemic racism, which is like saying Brian Stelter doesn't get Ben and Jerry's. But Joy Behar gets racism after all. She's been black on Halloween. Yeah. But Joy wasn't there on the show. Apparently Mondays are her days off when she feeds in the pasture. But that is convenient, right? It's like one of my aunts dies every time Brian Kilmeade wants to hang out.
They've built a platform that blends talk show drama with group therapy chaos. Millions tune in daily to watch opinions collide. The View thrives on stirring controversy, often pushing things so far, it seems like they're daring someone to sue. Now, that challenge has been answered. A show that claims to champion free speech is learning there's a fine line between sharing opinions and making defamatory claims. Karoline Leavitt's $800 million lawsuit isn't just about cash. It's a clear message that even talk show hosts have limits.
Sausage maker Johnsonville is recalling more than 42,000 pounds of pork sausage for possible contamination with plastic fibers. Fortunately, authorities were able to track all 42,000 pounds to a single location in New York City.
Greg Gutfeld jumped on the chaos, turning the situation into comedic gold. His sharp sarcasm tore through the View's sense of untouchable self-importance, exposing the cracks in their facade. The show may be skilled at manufacturing drama, but controversy is a double-edged sword. Karoline's legal move is a wake-up call, one that's likely keeping every daytime host on edge. This isn't a petty spat. It's a high-stakes demand for accountability in an era where reckless commentary finally meets real consequences.
Ah, you look tantalizing. You know, I make fun of The View a lot, but that's only because they keep talking. Because COVID also taught Sunny Hostin how to get her groceries delivered.
3 years, that's when I discovered Instacart, and I give them a big tip because they don't always pay their people well, and it's so that's been an issue, I think, for the company. But man, you can get toiletries, you can get fire logs.
Fire logs? She had to tell the audience that she tips big because even she knows she sounds...
This lawsuit is a reset button for media accountability, and Greg Gutfeld is here to roast everyone until the dust settles. Now picture the media frenzy that followed. Headlines screamed, lawsuit, drama, political battle. It's daytime TV gold. But Greg Gutfeld took it a step further. While others shied away from legal jargon, Greg went full throttle with his snark and roasting, making everyone either laugh or cringe on behalf of The View. It's satisfying to see the hosts, usually the ones dishing it out, finally take some of the heat. They've crowned themselves queens of daytime drama, but every hive gets stung eventually. And this sting, oh, it hurts. Especially when the venom is delivered via legal paperwork worth more than most countries' education budgets. The real twist here is how this lawsuit might reshape daytime TV. Will The View soften their hot takes? Will they become the cautionary tale of how not to treat public figures? Or will they double down, betting that controversy equals ratings, and ratings mean survival? Time will tell. But one thing is crystal clear. This case has stripped away the polished talk show smiles and exposed the raw truth underneath. Greg Gutfeld's savage roast of The View is pure entertainment gold, tearing into their dramatic antics and legal blind spots with razor-sharp wit. As Karoline Leavitt's $800 million lawsuit sends shockwaves through daytime TV, Gutfeld's mockery serves as the perfect side dish, reminding everyone that when media figures play with fire, they'd better be ready to burn. This isn't just drama. It's a bold statement about accountability, and the show is only getting started. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.